banana. Ba 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 banana. Bella. Hello and welcome back to Yata Yata, the Rough as Rats podcast with me, Maisie FL. Oh my shark, girls, this is the third time I've tried to film this episode in the span of like a week. Last week when I tried to film this, I got interrupted by my brother. Rudely interrupted. He was in hospital. How dare they? No, JK, that was a joke. Don't want to catch a stray in the family group chat for that one. He was in the hospital because he had like glandular fever or something like that. He was very ill. And he's diabetic, so it's always a bit more of a worry because he's more high risk, if you will. And you will, because it's the truth. So I had to go and pick him up and take him to the chemist. And then I was like, okay, well, that scraps that episode. Plus the audio went funky and not in a good way. And also, I was actually spewing misinformation in that episode because, like, the thing with me is that one thing will happen one day and the next day, it's gone. Like, I took a promotion one day, the next day I took it back. I was like, no, I don't want it, but I'll get into that. So there's that, and then the second time I tried to film it, the lighting was bunk, and one thing about me, looks are everything. Like, if it doesn't look good, I don't want to see it, I don't want to watch it, I don't want to hear it, no. And again, I feel like I was just, like, really trying to make it happen, and it just wasn't happening, and it was just a fucking nightmare. It was a nightmare because I was warm. Last week there was a heat wave. One thing about me, I hate the cold. I hate the cold weather so unbelievably much. But something about me as well is I can't really deal with hot weather either. I was going to say hot water. I'm not a huge fan of hot water. See, now the lighting's gone in. My room is actually the worst room in this house for lighting. My old room, which I moved out of because I'm in this one now, had really good lighting, but it's a lot smaller. Don't get me wrong, I love this room. It's filled with shit. I really do need to have a sort out, but like, ask me if I can be bothered. No, I can't. But I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm going to film a podcast episode. I've got work at 5. Bar off. But I'm going to wake up, film a podcast episode. I woke up and I was sweating, like really sweaty, and it's not that hot. So I was thinking, this isn't right. My period's due in 5 days, keep that in mind, right? So I go upstairs, I talk to my dad. My dad, spoiler alert, broke his ankle a few weeks ago. He's now home, but I'll get into that as well. I go upstairs to see him in his elevated foot, and I said, hi, Dad, morning. And we're going to Iceland today. If you didn't know, my dad loves an over 60s discount at Iceland's on a Tuesday. The only good thing about Tuesday, but he hasn't been in weeks because obviously he didn't go just for like whatever reason, and then he broke his ankle, so he can't drive. So I'm taking him there in the bloody wheelchair. The crowd will go wild, I fear. I fear that will happen, yes! Anyway, so that happened. Went upstairs, went to say hello. I was like, hi Dad, how are you? He was like, yeah, whatever, like, what do you want? And I was like, I'm sweating, I'm gonna have a shower. And I was talking to him about, I prank called one of my cousin's friends last night. I was like, give me his number and let me prank call him. And I told him he got a job at Screwfix. Anyway, just totally irrelevant. And then I had a shower. And then after I got out the shower, I laid in bed and I was just looking at, was it Instagram, probs? And then I thought, wow, I can't see. My vision's going really blurry. And like, when I have a migraine, that's when I start to like lose my vision, which is so scary. It's actually terrifying. And like, I'll just get like blobs of like nothing. So like I'll be reading something and then like a little like splur of it will just go like gone, and they'll start merging into each other and like just little blobs of things I can't see anymore. So I was like, now I need to take a Solpadeine Max and I need to go back to sleep. This was about 8:30, 8:45, and then I went back to sleep fully naked for the immersive experience, if that's what you want. Anyway, Mash came in my room, started barking at me, my mum said, but I didn't even hear it. Woke up and I was thinking, every time I have a nap, I'll nap for like 30 minutes and then I'll think it's been like 4 hours. So I was like, oh, okay, it's been like 30 minutes. 2.5 hours later, I woke up 11:30, and I woke up and I was like, please be okay. I can't be bothered to call in sick to work. That is crazy from me. Like, I actually like my job somewhat. Like, all the people there I get on with, like, whatever. So, yeah. I'm now here and I'm filming a podcast episode and I'm lit. I'm goated. I'm always up, apart from when I don't have makeup on. But yeah, anyway, hello. How are you? Sorry, it's been a while since I've filmed a podcast episode. Who's shocked? not me, and probably not you. There's been so much going on. I don't even know where to start. I have a huge list of things. Every time I think of something or I see something, I'm like, oh, that'd be good to talk about in a podcast. And now it's just very long. Very, very long. The first thing I see, which does always make me laugh, is I was in the shower the other day, and when I say always makes me laugh, I think about this so often. Like, someone will talk to me and be like, what's your ambition? And the other day someone said it at work, and I was like, okay, well, something about me is I'm delusional. So I am going to write a book, I'm going to release an album, and I'm going to be in a film. And then they're like, oh, how are we going to do it? And I'm like, don't ask questions. Like, I don't know how. I just know it will happen. And part of me just thinks one day, like, I won't have an album and the next day I will. Like, I forget that you have to do things to, like, do things. Jesus, I couldn't be a philosopher, could I? I forgot you have to do things to do things. But, like, I just feel like one day I'll just have an album. And, like, don't be shocked if that happens. If the songs are all bad, like, I never said it would be good. I just said it would be an album. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm going to write an album, maybe. Or I'm just going to have an album. I'm going to write a book. And I'm going to be in a film, so just keep an eye out for that. And like I said, if you see it, it's not a shock. It's just a happy surprise, I guess. Anyway. Okay, right, don't know where I was going to go from there. Work. Okay, let's start with work. So, I work in hospitality. Anyway, I work in hospitality. It's terrifying, it's very scary. And I actually wear the top that I'm wearing right now. That is something I was going to say. I wear this top to work quite a lot. And if you're listening to this, which is crazy because I only listen to songs. I do not listen to audiobooks or podcasts because I am a visual person. I need to be able to read or watch what I'm, like, consuming, because to me, what makes a good book is reading it and being able to visualise, and a good podcast, I like to see what the person looks like, I like to see their surroundings. Sue me, okay? So when people say that they listen to this on Spotify, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, someone said that they were listening to my podcast whilst doing Couch to 5k, which is mad impressive. The other day, it had been a year since I ran 10k for Palestine with my friends, and I was like, I was feeling really depressed, I was feeling down and out, everything was not coming up Millhouse, so I was like, I'm gonna go for a run, and I got probably about 2 minutes in, and I'd just eaten a bowl of carbonara without the ham or the garlic, so it was just kind of like somewhat creamy pasta. And I literally almost vomited. This kid smiled at me, but it was the most smug smile, because I was like, you know I'm moving at the pace of a turtle! I'm moving at the pace of a turtle, like Fox and the Hare. No, turtle. Turtle and the Hare. Like, in this case, Slow and Steady is not winning any races, because fuck me, was I going slow. I applied for the London Marathon. I don't know if I ever said about this. I applied for the London Marathon because I was like, oh, it'll be a laugh. I didn't get in. Thank fucking God. I only wanted to do it so that people would make signs and cheer me on, and that I could, like, go on the tube after and people would applaud me. And also I wanted to raise money, but, like, I just thought it'd be, like, a fun, like, oh, I'm up. Anyway, sorry, that's awful. But anyway, so where was I going with this? Oh, if you're listening to this, my top says Nepo Baby, which is ironic because I'm not a Nepo Baby. My dad drives a lorry, or did drive a lorry when he had 2 working bloody feet, and my mum does all the admin for it. She also used to be, my mum's lived literally 1,000 lives. She used to be a vet receptionist, she used to make cakes, she used to work for an airline, she used to do cleaning, she used to be a PA, like, she's done all that. Like, the thing about my mum is she is all that in a bag of chips. Like, I saw her honeymoon photos the other day, and she was sat on this rock, like, looking behind her at the camera, and I was thinking, it's hard when you know you're that girl, and, like, when that girl gives birth to this girl, well, the world was never going to be the same. The fact that I'm born on 9/11, I'm sorry, does that not say everything about what would happen when I was born? I am about to be awful. I'm about to be awful. You can't have a baby between the first and the second tower getting hit and not think, this child is going to be the bane of my life, which I am. Anyway, so obviously I'm not a Nepo baby. The reason I am the way I am is not because of money, it's because I'm broke and traumatised, okay? So there is no nepotism to thank for this, but I wore this at work the other day, and this woman came up to me, and she was like, I think she said Nepo baby, and normally when people can't pronounce things that are, like, blatantly obvious to pronounce, I get very riled up because I'm an awful person, but she was a baddie. Like, I know a diva when I see one, she's a baddie. She saw that we were doing this, like, over 30s, like, singles night, and she was like, you need to do an over 50s one, because I brought her food over to her, and I was like, anything else? She was like, a good man. I was like, you're not gonna find one of them around here, let me tell you that much for certain. Anyway, so she was like, what's a Nepo baby? And I was like, oh, it's like a kid that like has wealth, or like rich parents, or like famous parents, and like that's how they get their like licking. And she was like, oh, I like that. And I was like, it's ironic because I don't have rich parents or famous parents. I was like, my dad drives a lorry. And she was like giggling. She was like, that's so funny. Anyway, when she came up to order her food, I have to ask, do you have any allergies? And she said, only the government. And I was like, okay, how do I get a legal, like, marriage? What is it, like a legal partnership with you? Civil partnership. How do I become your civil partner? Because I love you. Yes, I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't really like Gracie Abrams' music. I just drop the workout routine. Stop saying you don't work out, okay? Anyway, actually, maybe she doesn't. I don't know her. I can't judge, but I'm not a fan of her music. Anyway, I'm sorry, okay? So I was like, oh, girl, me too, because I hate Keir Starmer with a burning passion, and I keep writing hate comments. I keep writing hate comments on Labour's... Oh my god! What is that? I'm trying to film a podcast episode! Okay, I've shut the windows. Maybe that was slightly dramatic from me getting that riled up, but I don't like being surprised, as you can tell. Anyway, so yeah, I've been writing hate comments on Keir Starmer and Labour's Instagram, because Keir Starmer, Rachel Reeves, if I see you as on site, get behind those bins so I can knock some fucking sense into you. I'm sorry, I hate them. I absolutely hate them. And like they keep making these like meme edits of like Keir Starmer being like, the government, we need someone to save us, what should we do? Keir Starmer, fire emojis. So I literally commented he's shit with loads of laughing faces. And then I was like, conservative in a red tie, because I hate him. I think he's useless. I think he's terrible. I think he's like the worst thing. But I don't want people to take that as I'm a conservative, like, supporter. I'm not. I hate the Conservative Party. I hate reform, obviously. And I hate Keir Starmer. My ethos and my morals align probably the most with Green, but when I voted for Labour, it was because I was trying to get the Conservatives out of my constituency, and now we've got that doofus. Anyway, I can't stand him. So when she said I'm allergic to the government, I was like, this girl knows what's up. And so I went, oh, me too. And she went, I could tell. She read me like a bloody book. Anyway, so I got offered a promotion at work. This is where I was going with this. I got offered a promotion at work, and I'm a supervisor, right? So I'm working in hospitality. Can my brother drive away? Because I've just had to shut the windows, and now it's boiling in my room. Like, genuinely boiling. Okay, he's driven away. We can open the window. We're in the clear. I've only opened it slightly because when he comes back in, it'll just rile me up again, and oh god, it's never good for anyone around me when I'm in a bad mood. Genuinely, it's just not good. Anyway, so they offered me a promotion, and they were like, you can be assistant manager at a different site, like a sister site. And I was like, okay, maybe. And then I was like, no. So they offered it to me once, and I turned it down immediately. I was like, no, I don't want to move. I don't want more responsibility. I don't want it, right? I don't want it. And they were like, okay, that's fine. Like, just do what's best for you. Because the thing is with me, I love being able to say, I don't want to work this day because I want to go to the cinema. Or I have to get my nails done this day because someone swapped with me this day. When you're a fucking assistant manager, no one's going to swap shifts with you so you can get your nails done. My nail beds are my most important priority. I'm sorry. So... my nail beds, I'm sorry. So I was like, no, I don't want to go. Anyway, turned it down. Then the store that I was supposed to be moving to be AM was in need of cover. So I moved there, and I had a really good shift there. And I was like, actually, you know what? I'm going to move there, because I felt like things were a bit tense at my other store where I'm like at, as the court jester, if you will. So I was like, okay, I'm going to move there. I'm going to go, I'm going to be AM, I'm going to work there for a bit and then hopefully go travelling after, save up some money, have the assistant manager like position to put on my CV. It's going to be litmus, okay? Thought, yeah, we'll do that. I was supposed to be moving there next week, right? Keep that in mind, next week. And then it all kind of kicked off. Like, I don't want to like air out the laundry because I don't want to get like sued. But basically something happened at the sister site with one of our like employees. So my friend Sophie went there to cover. Someone was a big meanie bobini, and I was like, no, I don't want to work with someone that's mean because like the thing is I can't hold my tongue. If someone pisses me off, guess what? I'm gonna bite back. Last night took an L, but tonight I bounce back. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and act like a dickhead and let someone talk to me or someone that I'm friends with like shit. So I said, no, I don't want to move anymore. And they were like, okay, we don't want to send you anyway because like bad vibes. So now I'm not going there. And now I have next week off, which is awesome because they obviously did the rota without me on it because they thought I was moving. So I was like, wait, now that you don't need me, let me have next week off. Why do I want next week off, you're asking? I'm going to see Lana Del Rey. Awesome! Getting my hair done, getting my nails done. And ever since Manchild came out, I didn't used to be a huge Sabrina Carpenter fan. I thought her music was catchy, but I was like, oh, who cares? I don't know what it is about Manchild, but that song has had me in a chokehold since it's come out. And with that song coming out and Man's Best Friend, her new album being released, and people are like, her cover of Man's Best Friend is setting feminism back 50 years. And it's like, is it? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it was in poor taste, but also, like, just get a grip. Like, you are probably one of the people that's bought a ticket to Chris Brown's sold out stadium tour, which is actually comical. People were like, oh, well, he was so young when he did it, or like, you know, I just like his music. Well, you wouldn't like it if it happened to you. Would you go and support your best mate's abuser? Probably not, okay? He's also just categorically a bad person, and I saw a comment the other day being like, his music is too mid to defend him, and I've never agreed with something more. It's alright, I'm not dangerous. I think you are. I've seen those pictures of Rihanna. I think you are. You are crazy. I don't like him. I hate him. I hate him. Anyway, and I have been trying to find the strength to unfollow people that have either gone to Chris Brown or gone to Royal Ascot because I hate both. Anyone that goes to horse racing, I'm really trying to unfollow them. But the thing is, when you unfollow someone in this day and age, in the current climate, it is just giving that you want to beef them, and I don't want to beef anyone. And if I unfollow anyone because they go to Chris Brown or Royal Ascot, it's not because I want to beef you, it's because I don't align with your morals and I don't like who you're supporting. But like, can we just normalise unfollowing people because you don't... Like, when people unfollow me, what do you not like? The fact that I'm on the right side of history? Yikes. Maybe you don't like the fact that I run my mouth on Instagram stories, but, like, that's okay, fine, just unfollow me, whatever. I do see beef, and I do get riled up if someone unfollows me but doesn't remove me as a follower back, because, like, walk a mile in my shoes. Do not leave me as a follower if you don't want to follow me. Like, this isn't a one-way street. This isn't a one-way street. This is a two-way street with a zebra crossing. Like, you have hurdles. Don't disrespect me like that. Do not piss me off. But if I unfollow you because of Chris Brown, like, you can remove yourself as a follower for me. Like, I'll do it back. Like, I don't care. Well, I do care. I actually care about things quite a lot, like unnecessary things. I think I'm the queen of caring, and I think that's why I'm always in a constant state of crippling anxiety. But I want to unfollow you. Like, oh my god. So anyway, all the Sabrina Carpenter shit, I was just like, whatever. And like, the thing is, I'll always see both sides of every story, but then I'm just like, wait, there's bigger things going on right now, like bigger things. And when you say that, people are like, so feminism isn't big. Yes, of course feminism is big. But I don't think Sabrina Carpenter is, like, the one in the control room, like, deciding what happens to feminism. Like, let's calm down a bit. Anyway, where I was going with this was that Sabrina Carpenter is playing Hyde Park next week. And I really wanted to go. But when I was going to become AM, I was working that day. Now I'm not becoming AM. I'm going to see Sabrina Carpenter, Clairo, and Olivia Dean. Are you lying? I'm so excited. So I'm doing that next week as well. Tried to get tickets to Addison Rae's concert in August. Lost the ticket war. Ticket war? Yeah. the Ticketmaster war 3 times, tried twice on general sale and once on pre-sale, couldn't get any tickets, and then she got announced as the support for Lana Del Rey. I've prayed for times like these. So excited to sing headphones on with about 50,000 other people. I don't even know the capacity of Wembley, but I'm excited nonetheless. So that's just, I'm actually so excited. Like, I can't wait to sing Man Child. Oh, I like my boys playing hard to get. Yes, I didn't know that I could sing either, but like I said, I might release an album. I will. At some point, it'll just be like the worst album you've ever heard with an insane amount of reverb. Me, when I lose the ability to talk, reverb from GarageBand. Like, I always go on GarageBand and I start singing into my microphone and then I turn the reverb on to make it sound good. Anyway, let's not air out my dirty laundry right now. Anyway, what else was I going to say? Oh, speaking of Chris Brown and Ascot, I hate Ascot. I think people that go to Ascot are awful people. The fact that there was a heat wave and they were still making horses race and that, literally can't even talk about it. Why the fuck did some people look like they had just come from the capital, from the Hunger Games, in their Royal Ascot outfits? Like, you think you're serving Effie Trinket, but you're not. You're serving, like, Hunger Games from Temu, maybe from Panda Express if you're lucky. And don't get me started on them fuck-ass top hats. And there's like a rule that you're not allowed to take it off all day. Imagine there being a rule about you wearing a top hat. That is crazy. Like, that's dystopian. Horse racing is dystopian to me. Like, that is crazy. And when people are like, the horses like it, I'm like, did they tell you that? Are you fluent in neigh? Are you fluent in neigh? No, you're not. So shut the fuck up. I'm like, oh, they like it. I don't think they do. I actually don't think they have a choice. Thank you, Einstein. Loved your cameo in Oppenheimer. Shut the fuck up. They like it. And people came from Ascot to my work after, and I was like, let me bite my tongue real quick, because otherwise I'm just going to beef people. And like, I just think the minute I know that someone goes to Ascot, I'm like, oh, that's not, because like, you obviously don't care about animal welfare, and like a lot of people don't care about animal welfare. Like, that people still test on animals. That's crazy. And this sort of stuff I've seen so much on TikTok, like the stuff about Chris Brown, stuff about like world politics, about Ascot, about animal testing, and that has actually urged me to delete TikTok. I have deleted TikTok fully off of my phone. I was going to just, like, I removed the app from my like my home screen, so you had to search it to go on it. And I was like, oh, I'm only going to use TikTok to post, and then obviously was just scrolling for like the fucking sake of scrolling. And then the other day I saw a video about animal testing and I just cried in the toilets at work because I'm due to come on my period, so I'm like obviously very sensitive at the moment, and I've gone cold turkey on my antidepressants because obviously I don't drink often, I don't like drinking, but if there is ever a time that maybe I want to have a little drinky poo, maybe I want to have a buzzball. You can't blame a girl for trying, like Sabrina Carpenter says. Sorry, me when I'm like a newfound Sabrina Carpenter super fan. Like, I'm not a super fan, but like, I do like Can't Blame a Girl for Trying, and I did used to love Girl Meets World. I've made a vlog trailer to the Girl Meets World theme tune. I feel alright, I'm gonna take on the world. Like, that's crazy that Sabrina Carpenter was Maya. Like, they're so different, like, kind of same but different. Anyway, so, wait, what the hell? I don't want to be able to drink. Wait, I want to be able to drink and not worry about being clinically hungover the next day. So I went cold turkey on my antidepressants because I also hate being reliant on medication and I hate paying for it. So I was just like, I didn't really go cold turkey because I didn't take them every day. I take them 2 weeks out of the month. But then I was just like, no. How about no? So I just stopped taking them. But the other day when I saw all these videos at work, like, that's how I found out that the US bombed Iran. I found out from TikTok. And I was like, I know that the world is a dog shit place. I hate what's going on in the world. I hate the politicians. I hate the animal abuse. I hate men. What else? AI. And I thought, I am in control of my own life, right? And I have to decide how my life looks and how I want to live it. And I am a very anxious, sensitive person. I'm always worrying. So why would I willingly consume more media that's going to make me feel worse? I wouldn't. So I deleted TikTok, and I've not had it for 3 days now. And I feel pretty good. And if I do want to upload anything, like a vlog trailer, a podcast, like clips, whatever, I'm just going to do it from my laptop, because you are fucked if you think I'm scrolling through TikTok on my fuck-ass MacBook Pro. Not to flex. I'm not doing it. So that's litmus. I've deleted TikTok and I feel better for it. But now I am on Instagram Reels. But the thing is, the only reason I kept TikTok is for two things. This one edit of Bend It Like Beckham, which is to text his son, and the beginning of it, get your lesbian shoes. No, get your lesbian feet out of my shoes. Lesbian? I thought she was a Pisces. Goated line. I'm just going to download that to my... I'm going to download all my favourite edits to my camera roll so that I can still watch them and enjoy them in peace. And the other reason was for dish up dinners, or like what I eat in a day, what my kids eat in a day, because I don't know, food content, I just love it. And guess what? They have that on Instagram Reels. As long as I can access a dish up dinner with me, I will be okay. Girl who will be okay because she has a dish up dinner with me video to watch. When I eat dinner with other people, I really struggle because I'm like, oh, no dish up dinner video today. So I have to watch it while I'm having a snack and it just doesn't hit the same. Anyway... So, I've deleted TikTok. I'm kind of just trying to be more mindful. I'm trying to do like the 3-2-1 method. What is it? 3 hours before bed, no big meals or caffeine. 2 hours before bed... let me look it up. I remember that 1 hour before bed is no screens. 3-2-1 method. Okay. Not 3-2-1 me. 3-2-1 method. No, not how to cook ribs. God, wellness. Okay. Alright, this is not sleep method. This is not going well. Okay. 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. Have a fucking laugh. Have a laugh. I will literally be drinking caffeine until 2 seconds before I fall asleep. That is hilarious. None of this is making sense. 2 hours before bed, no stress or work. 1 hour before bed, no screens. Okay, that's it. Now I remember. So I've been trying to do that, which hasn't worked because I have been on my phone till the second I fall asleep. But I really need to stop doing that because I've been trying to replace screen time with page time, reading, and it's going... You know what? It's going somewhat okay. I've read 2 books recently. I read Happy Hour and Winter in Sochco. But this is a surprise and this is going to shake you and knock you off your feet. I'm starting a book club. And by starting a book club, basically, I'm just going to do separate videos where I talk about books that I've read recently. And I'm going to talk about them in depth. And why am I going to do that? Because I want to. So this is me publicly announcing hard launch... Hardship reveal. I'm doing a book club. I don't know when the first one will be because it's me. And I'm just so bad with timing things. Me, because I literally do not know when to leave for work every day. I live like 7 minutes drive from my work, maybe less, maybe 5 minutes if there's no traffic. But there's always traffic. So I'll leave at like, I'll start at 5 and I'll leave at 4:51. And I'm like, why am I going to be late? That's weird. But... maybe one day I'll learn. Probably not. Working in my local town is horrifying. The other day I saw a straight man. Well, actually, I didn't ask him because I thought he would knock me out because he gave that sort of look. But he was holding his vape like this. Like, I'm going to get closer. And if you're listening, for the visual, how you hold a cigarette, like, in your 2 fingers. He was vaping like that with a fucking oblong-shaped vape. And I was thinking, straight men don't vape. Straight men don't vape. How have I seen a straight man vaping a strawberry parfait flavour vape? I've said it before and I'll say it again. This month is your month. June. Why? It's the gay month. I'm sorry. I just don't understand vaping at all. Like, if you're gonna get nicotine, just get a fucking cigarette. I'm sorry. Just do it. Like, just go hardcore. Like, oh my god, I would understand. If there was a hummus vape, I would be chuffing that morning, noon and night. I love hummus, and I used to hate hummus. Fun fact, I used to think it was really weird, but that was because I think it was a texture thing, and then I grew up a bit. But strawberry parfait vape, you're lying. You're lying. Like, these people, they're scary. They're scary. And the couple that was smoking these vapes, or vaping these vapes, they literally were dressed like they were going to a gender reveal. The boy, all blue, all baby blue. The girl, all baby pink. But then she was smoking a blue vape, he was smoking a pink vape. And I was thinking, is it a boy or a girl? It's a straight man vaping, that's what it is. It's so scary. Like, and I am not falling for, like, this, oh, vaping is better for you than smoking. No, it's not. And I am the most naive person you'll ever meet. My last podcast episode was propaganda I'm not falling for, and I fall for everything. I am one of the most naive people you will ever meet. I used to think that when you had a baby, the amount of pounds they were is how much you had to pay to take them home, and the way I found out they weren't is when I told my dad that. He went, you were £10, you think I would have paid that for you? Oh, never beating the allegations of my dad being my first bully, but that is the reason I am the way I am. Do you know what I mean? But I am so naive. I remember, this is like peak naivety, is that even a word? But I remember when Kamala, Big Sister General, lost the election, and she came out on stage and she spoke and she thanked everyone who voted for her, blah, blah, blah. I don't even remember what she said in her speeches because I blacked out because I was so upset. But she was like, she came out. She came on stage, she strutted out, she spoke, and when she walked off, like, she looked behind her and she, like, nodded. And all the comments were like, she's not done yet. She's coming back. Like, this was like the Hunger Games. Like, she's not through with us yet. And my gullible ass was like, she's gonna come back and overthrow him. Like, this is crazy. We're living in insane times. And I just believed every single one of these comments being like, she's not over yet. Like, she's not through with him yet. And obviously that's not the way that presidency works. You can't just come back and be like, actually, no. But oh my god, I don't know why I'm so gullible. Like, I actually do believe everything I see. Like, I just believe that we're going to run out of water soon. And I have to text someone who I think, like, there's a few people in my life that if they reassure me, and I just think they have, like, the breast of knowledge. What is the word? Like, they just, to me, like, I value their intellect and their, like, stature. So if they tell me that things are going to be okay, I believe it. So, like, if Michael says to me, no, everything will be fine, I'm like, okay, everything will be fine. Like, he really does put my mind at ease with a lot of things. Like, I really value his opinion. God, I bloody love him. Oh! Sorry, don't know where that slipped out from. Or, like, Lara, if, like, Lara speaks to me about things, because she's so well educated in terms of, like, she chooses to be, like, kept up with current affairs. Like, she's just, like, when I speak to Lara and her dad especially, I'm like, how the fuck do you have so much info in your brain? Like, all that's up here is people's birthdays and song lyrics. That's it. And maybe a couple quotes from my favourite TV shows, but I always get them wrong as well. Speaking of TV shows, I've been watching Sex and the City non-stop at the moment, and I asked on my Instagram story, I was like, what Sex and the City girl are you? And then I was like, interesting results, who do you think I am? The amount of people that voted me as Miranda, I was like shocked, which I do see Miranda, I do see myself in Miranda, but my mum voted that I was Charlotte. I was like, I am not an optimist like that. Like, I never believe in true love and men that way. Like, that's crazy. I think a lot of people think I'm Samantha, but then I can also see how I would be Carrie, because I would live in a New York apartment and write a sex column, but I would never let that happen with Mr. Big. Like, he is actually scary boots level of, like, flop. Like, he is from Flop City. He got on the Flop City Central line, and oh my god, one-way ticket to Flopville. Like, I don't like him. He's so cringe. I'm sorry, like, anyone else think he's, like, super cringe? Or is that just me? I'm just like, oh, God. And I saw a great edit of him to Man-Child. Man-Child. Anyway. Sorry. Fighting demons over here. Oh, actually, I forgot to say something else about the Kamala and, Donald Trump thing. I saw a video the other day. Obviously, I hate Trump. Like, do you think I'm going to sit here and be like, yeah, I like Trump? You're fucking crazy. Like, I hate Trump. And then I saw this video of him before I deleted TikTok that was like, he was like, World War III, folks. Not feeling it. Hard pass. How the fuck is this man so goofy? Goofy is like the only word I can think to use to describe him about a world war. And then they bombed Iran anyway. Like, I don't understand him. I don't want to understand him. And I actually do think, like, conspiracy theory, I think Trump has, like, dementia. Like, I think something's going wrong with the chip in his brain because there's no way he's a real person. When he showed up in Sex and the City the other day, I literally gagged. I was like, get out of my sacred place. I love this program and you are not going to ruin this for me. Freak. I hated it. It made me really scared. I got scammed the other day as well. Do you remember, you will remember this if you've watched multiple episodes of this podcast, when I did a personality test, and I was like, am I type A, am I type B, or type C, or probably like type Z, or whatever it is, and I paid £2 for my results, there was probably some fine print that I didn't read, and it was like, £2 today and $29.95 monthly. And the other day at work, it was like, your upcoming payment to personality.co of $29.95 is coming out this month. I paid it last month not realising, and you best believe I blocked that payment and I deleted my subscription, which just cheeky little fucks, personality.co, if I ever get my grubby little paws on you, I was fuming, like, I do not have the money to waste. I need the money to go to Paris. I got my income tax return the other day, £700 booked to Paris for me and Michael for my birthday, going to Disneyland, and you best believe I'm going up to that information desk and I'm going, can I please have a birthday badge because it is my birthday. I will be 24 this year. Yes, that is right. Never beating the getting older every year allegations. Oh. Virgo by trade, by name, by blood, by spirit. I love being a Virgo. Obviously my birthday being 9/11 the year it happened is an unfortunate sort of like side effect of being born, but there's that. Like, what can you do? I've been looking through old pictures recently and I'm like, god damn, them fuck ass bangs when you were little. Like, that's crazy. My bangs were literally nuts. I wrote, need a vat of morphine to make me feel better. Oh, guess I gotta accept the pain. Need a vat of morphine to make me feel better. That is literally how I feel at the moment. Are you okay? Not really. Oh, I know where that's from. I know, that's right. When I was in Specsavers the other day, I bought a direct debit for my contact lenses, which I'm wearing right now. I can actually see. God bless. And actually not God bless, because she was doing the eye exam, and she was telling me to cover one eye and read, and then cover the other eye and read. And when I covered my left eye, I could not read shit, and I was thinking, great, now I'm going to have to change my fecking prescription. But no, it's because I've got a stigmatism in my right eye, where your eyes should be the shapes of footballs, but mine's the shape of a fucking rugby ball. Like, it just doesn't end, does it? And she was like, that's why you can't see as much, because your contact lenses, they either come in minus 0.75 or plus 1.25, and you're a 1. So, like, they either had to go under or over, which is why, like, my eyes are so reliant on my left eye. And I was like, that's so sad, she's picking up all the slack. And for what? She ain't getting paid extra. She's doing overtime for no money. That's painful. It's disgusting. It is truly disgusting. But anyway, I was in Specsavers, and I was, like, looking at the glasses, because I hate my glasses, and I just picked up my contact lenses. The people in my Specsavers are so lovely. The guy that was like helping me with my direct debit, he was like, love the tats, and I was like, cheers man, like, appreciate that big time. Anyway, I'm looking around, and then this woman who works there goes up to this other woman who's waiting, and she goes, hi, are you okay? And the woman goes, no, I'm not really. And I was thinking, what would possess you to do that? I would never, even if I was having the worst day, even if they had colossally fucked up and given me like a sty, because that is like one of the world's worst things to happen to me. I hate getting styes. They're like so painful. Anything with your eye or your teeth. Toothache, eye ache, headache, I guess. Like, it's just the fucking worst, right? But I would never go up to someone and be like, no, I'm not okay actually. Like, that's not their fucking fault. And even if they did mess up, like, just be a nice person about it. And I thought, you know what? That's my cue to leave. I wish I could have left that woman a hate comment online, because one thing about me, I've been leaving hate comments recently. Before I deleted TikTok, well, obviously I've left hate comments about Keir Starmer on Instagram, and I will continue to do so until he invites me to squash the beef in person. And I go, yeah, of course, I'd love to squash the beef. And actually, I make the beef 10 times worse, and I beef him, like, to the extent of the earth. Where am I going? Like, I literally don't know what I'm saying right now, but I would literally I would probably knock him out. Like, let's be honest, like, these fists I would do, if I got invited to go and talk to Keir Starmer, because they were like, you need to stop leaving hate comments, I would do, like, Muay Thai, karate, boxing, I would do, like, body train it. I would get really buff, and then I'd go and knock him out, and, like, I would go to jail, yes, but it would be literally, like, revolutionary. Like, it would literally make my life 10 times better. It would. It would. Anyway... Sorry, so I've been leaving hate comments. When people comment stuff about, like, Israel, I just put shut up. And then the other day someone was like, who's the aggressive one now? I was like, probably the one killing innocent men, women and children, but, like, I don't know for sure though. Like, yeah, let's use our critical thinking skills here. And then someone was writing, oh my god, people were writing hate comments about Lola Young, being like, she could break a banana sofa just by sitting on it. And I was like, shut up, fatty. Or, my dad looks like he weighs the same amount. I was like, is he sexy too? Like, I was, Lola Young, I'm fighting back for you. And I actually made a TikTok before I deleted it, being like, and this is so important, and people that hate Lola Young need to hear this. Julia Donaldson, Lola Young's auntie, wrote the Gruffalo. She didn't write the fucking Bible, okay? Stop. She is not a Nepo baby, like my top claims I am, okay? She just wrote fucking kids' books. Do you think, like, there's no more room on the broom is a fucking lyric that Lola Young's gonna use? No, she's writing about porking some guy. Leave it out. So I've been defending these people. I've been writing hate comments back. And I'll literally put, like, cry about it, shut up, boo-hoo. Like, fuck off. That's why I keep getting strikes on TikTok. I called Keir Starmer a spineless pussy and I got reported. Like, oh my god, get off his dick. He's so ugly as well. He looks like Elon Musk's, like, weird English brother that went to private school. And I mean that in the most derogatory way. Derogatory, not descriptive. Like, the other day, what did I say to someone? I said something that sounded, like, really mean, and I was like, descriptive, not derogatory. Because I always have to clarify, because sometimes when I say things, they do just sound like insults. But, like, that's just the way I talk. Oopsie. Yeah. Also, what happened the other day, I've been watching a lot of, like, 24 Hours in Police Custody, Come Dine With Me compilations, like, airline fail compilations, kitchen nightmares, and then there'll always be those fuck-ass ads promoting AI. I need to try and ban them from any of my devices. And then the other day there was like, you could be on holiday and you could be paying for it while letting your house out as an Airbnb. You think I would let any fucker come into my house as an Airbnb? That is crazy. I have too many valuables, as in my trinkets that people would steal, and my dogs. Sorry. All these Build-A-Bear frogs, there'd be none left. And my mignon, my filet mignons, no, the Krispy Kreme Minions collab, they should be embarrassed. I saw a guy the other day saying, I'm not paying £3.49 for inaccurate Minion depictions because Stuart, Bob, Kevin, they're all wrong, and it's disgusting. Lush Minion range got it spot on. One green eye, one brown eye for Bob. I love Bob. I said to Michael the other day, would you eat Minion Bob? And he went, no, he's just a baby. I said, that's my man. That's my man. Anyway. Have I said everything? Oh, 2 things before I get into what happened to my dad with his broken ankle. The other day, this is quite funny. The other day saw, again, before I deleted TikTok, this girl was walking a catwalk at this, like, swimwear competition thing. And I was like, oh, cool. How the fuck do they get this body that's, like, silky smooth? It was literally hairless. She looked like a Sphinx cat. In the best, descriptive, not derogatory. In, like, the craziest way. I was thinking, if I even shave when my vagina hair could literally be, like, down to my feet, I would still get razor bump. Which makes me wonder, how long would your pubic hair get if you didn't shave it, like, ever? Like, if you just grew it out for years. Like, sorry, Rapunzel let down your pubes. Sorry. That's disgusting. But, like, how long would it get? And this girl, she was strutting her stuff, and I was like, good on you, but, like, where is your arse hair? Like, who is in between your cheeks, like carving out your perfectly sculpted butt cheek? Like, that's crazy to me. Also, at work the other day, someone said to me, oh, like, she was with her boyfriend, this girl I work with. I love her, she's so funny. And she was like, oh, this woman was dancing in the street, and they were like, oh, look at the Chad on that. Obviously, Chad meaning arse, which, can I just say, no, I am not, I can't even say down with the kids because that makes me sound like 50. But, like, I was never good at using slang at school because I just felt like my voice wasn't right to do it. And I just, like, I felt like I was not raised in the right environment to try and act like I could pull it off. But I know what the word Chad means. And she went to me, Maisie, that means bum because you're quite old. She's going to be 19 this year and I'm going to be 24. Like, literally, that was one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had. Anyway, let's talk about what happened to my dad. Girls, if you didn't know already, I've posted about it so much. Pigeon! I love pigeons. When I see a child running after a pigeon, I just want to trip it up. And just best believe that when I have kids, we will have pet pigeons. And I will literally say, if you run after that pigeon, I will run after you. That's a threat. And a promise. Anyway, so if you didn't know, and I've been posting about it tons, my dad broke his ankle not long ago, and my dad's 66 and he's never broken a bone. Okay, neither have I. I've only cracked my head open. Did I ever tell the story about that? Probably. I feel like I've told every story about myself 3 times, and yet, to me, it just never gets old, because I have to be me every day, so you have to hear the extent of it. Anyway, let me just check I've said everything I need to say. BFFR with Chris Brown low, deleted TikTok. Oh yeah, because it made me anxious. I literally felt like I was going to shit myself 24/7. I'm allergic to the government. Leaving hate comments for Keir Starmer. Ascot outfit. Summer in the city. Hell no. Sex in the City. Blocked list. Oh, who's on my blocked list? Eden Harvey, Alex Earl, Anna Paul, Tara Yummy, Michaela, Make a Bag. Baby Ariel, Ellie Zila, Brett Cooper. Oh my god, all women. That's crazy. But the thing is with me, well, it doesn't really matter if they're blocked or not because I've not got TikTok anymore. Anyway, so my dad's never broken a bone. He's 66, right? And the other day, I was at home. Was this? Oh, I went to Brighton the weekend before. I was at home. This was a couple of weeks ago, actually. And I was going to edit my vlog. And my mum called me and she was like, I'm just going up to the hospital. She was supposed to be going swimming. She was like, I'm just going up to the hospital because Dad thinks he's broken his ankle. And I was like, what do you mean he thinks he's broken his ankle? And I always forget that you literally have to wait 1,000 years before you get seen in A&E because of the state of the NHS. Thank you to the government. Keir Starmer, I'm talking to you. Actually, the thing is, if I saw Keir Starmer, I'd be like, look, I know that the corruption lies in all of the prime ministers that have come before you, but you're not much better. And I literally hate your guts. Like, fill your guts or spill your guts. I will spill my guts every single time. I hate you. You're the worst fucking flop. Anyway, so she tells me Dad's in A&E, and I was like, okay. So I go up and see them before I go to work, and I was like, oh my god, Dad, like, what the F happened? And I actually never got the full story until, like, days later. But basically, obviously my dad empties shit for a living. Like, Yoris, I used to do that. Like, my boss the other day was like, oh, tanks are blocked. And I was like, I can actually tell you in, like, depth what's wrong with your tanks because I'm literally a seasoned vet, like, Nepo baby. I said, like, I will inherit a lorry. Maybe. I don't really want one. Maybe it would be a great podcast set in the tank. No shit, obviously. Anyway, so my dad empties shit for a living, but he also hires out portaloos and then empties them, right? So these people wanted portaloos and they were quite particular about where they wanted to go. And, like, they wanted to go under a tree, so it was kind of like an awkward place and it was uneven ground. So my dad was getting it off of the van and my brother was there. My brother Alex, hello, I've got a brother, everyone. Everyone always thinks I'm an only child. Or the other day someone was like, you're definitely the youngest and the only girl. And I was like, I know that you mean that derogatory, but I don't care because I am the only girl and I am the youngest and I'm proud of it. What have you done today to make yourself proud? Anyway, so I was like, yes, you're right. Thank you, next. Anyway, so they were getting this portaloo off and my dad was like, okay, I'm going to pull it and Alex and this other guy who was helping, you're going to push it real good. They sang that on Glee. I was listening to Night Fever by the Bee Gees earlier and at first I was like, oh my god, Glee! And then I was like, wait, maybe I need classical conditioning to stop me thinking the way I do. Pavlov's dog, anyone? Oh my god, and all my ops are now my friends. Like my old boss who used to hate me, he tipped me a £5 at my job because I went into my old workplace the other day. He gave me 50% off, which I did not expect him to do. So I got his drinks for him when he came into my work because I was like, I'm not expected to see you here. And I said hello. I was like, okay, bigger person. I was like, look, I can't give you any discount on the food because I'm working, but I can give you some drinks for free. Like, let me be very kind. And then he was like, do you have change for a tenner? I was like, yeah, I do. And he gave me a fiver. And I literally was like, should I frame this fiver? Because this is the day where foe became friend. Not enemies to lovers, but enemies to, like, okay acquaintances who I will not curse at every time someone brings up their name, like, couldn't believe it. Anyway, so my dad was like, I'm going to pull it, you push it. And my dad, like, it literally makes me cringe because obviously he had to, like, get his hand right. And, like, Portaloos, they're quite, like, hefty. Like, they're big in stature. They're kind of like Statue of Liberty vibes. Like the Big Ben of shit. So he goes to, like, get his hand round it. And he goes to say, no, I'm not ready. But obviously they heard, I'm ready. So they pushed it. And I've actually been telling people that my brother threw a Portaloo at my dad and has been waiting for sentencing. Not that funny. Like, he's literally fine. He's going to Poland next week. Like, he's a free man. Like, he didn't actually throw a Portaloo at my dad, but it's quite funny if you think about it. Because someone's like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, Alex threw a Portaloo at my dad. So they push it. My dad falls back. He must have, like, lost his footing as well. And then he broke his ankle. And you know when you know, like, you know your own body. He said he knew immediately he broke it. And I just think it's mad, like, side rant, but, like, I just think it's crazy, like, when you've broken something, or, like, when I was pregnant, I just knew. Like, you just know your own body. You know what's happened. And he was right. He broke his ankle. And he didn't get an ambulance. My brother took him to the hospital, dropped him off. And very sadly, they had to cut the boot off of my dad, which made me really sad because those boots, that's history. Hang it in the Louvre. Hang it in the Louvre. Like, that is my dad's uniform. That is his everyday workwear on Sims. Like, that is him. They had to cut off the boot. And because his ankle was so swollen, they had to cut it off. And I was like, that's so sad. I literally was the most sad about the boot. I was like, no, you can't cut off his boot. Sorry. It's not even that funny. Anyway, this is quite scary. Like, is this not, like, schizophrenia? I'm just talking basically to myself and I'm just, like, cackling, laughing. Anyway, so they start talking to my mum like she's a doctor. They were like, he's done this fracture. And I said to her, you should have said, talk to me as if I'm a 2-year-old trying to learn to talk and I've just shat my pants. I've shat my nappy. My huggies pull up. Why are you talking to me like I'm a doctor? Like, I don't know what that means. So he was basically like, you've broken the ankle in 2 or 3 places. So he got admitted to hospital that night. My dad was in hospital for 2.5 weeks, okay? And when me and my mum were home one night, it was so weird, like, with my dad not being home, because I was like, no one is telling us that we can't watch what we want to watch. No one is farting, no one is burping, apart from the fucking bird making the noises, because she was obviously like, where the F is dad? Because obviously the dogs and the birds had no idea where my dad was. And I was like, he's coming home. I'm coming home. But they were like, go. Tell me that in woof. Like, howl that to me, bitch. Anyway, so we were watching 24 Hours in A&E. Someone broke their ankle as well. They were in A&E they were in hospital for 2.5 weeks, and it took 3 months for them to walk again. And I was like, bruh, this is going to be dad. This is going to be my sweet little pop. And so he had 2 surgeries. One the day after he was admitted, or like 2 days after, because they had to wait for the swelling to go down. And I was so worried that he wouldn't wake up. I was like, they're going to make him into soup. They're going to make him into broken bone broth. Like, this is so scary. He was fine. We kept going to visit him. And he made really good friends with the guy next to him, Gary. And we would do crossword puzzles. And Gary would be there like, what was that, Mose? How many letters? And they gave each other their phone numbers. And Gary called my dad the other day to ask how the surgery went. And I was like, you know what? God bless him. Like, he is legend. Anyway. And then he had to wait another, like, 2 weeks. His surgery kept getting postponed because of the blistering and the bruising, because it was so bad. And they wanted to operate on him on Friday the 13th. And I was like, look, I do not doubt your ability to do this. I think you are great and I really respect your grind and your hustle. But I am highly superstitious and that is at the forefront of my mind. And then they pushed the surgery back anyway to the Wednesday. So then the Wednesday he had the surgery, he was out for like 5 hours and I was like, great, he literally has been made into soup. Like, I wonder what flavour, what is the dish of the week, what is the soup of the day? It's Stevie soup. And then he was fine. He's not soup, he's still a human whole. A whole human even. And then the next day they sent him home and now he's home. And I thought I was going to have to give up my room because we didn't think he'd get up the stairs. But one thing about my dad, he is very stubborn. He is a literal warrior. So he he's walking on his crutches and he's okay. And he's recovering well. Occupational health keep coming round. They will not leave us alone in the best way possible, just to keep checking up on him. He's got a little thing so that he can sit on the toilet and piss or shit. And he's doing okay, considering, like, obviously how bad the break is. He's doing well, and he's got a little wheelchair so that we can wheel him around. Like I said, I'm going to take him to Iceland. And I'm chuffed that he's home. I missed him so much while he was in hospital. My mum went up there every single day. And, like, some days before that my dad broke his ankle, like, obviously families bicker, parents bicker, but my parents have been married like 33 years, and some days I was like, how are you guys still together? But, like, not to be cringe, but the bond that they have, especially after my dad's been in hospital, I'm like, yeah, they're ride or die. Like, they are soulmates for real. Like, my mum was doing everything she could, like taking him up sandwiches, salads, protein drinks, helping him wash, helping him shave, and I was just like, that's true love if I ever literally have seen it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, not to flex, but I'm rich in terms of having great parents. And it was Father's Day and he was in hospital and I was literally sobbing at work because I'd been so ill that day. I woke up so many times in the middle of the night and I went into my mum's room and I was like, Mum, I've been sick. And I had to go to work the next day and I was listening to Butterfly Fly Away by Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus and I was literally sobbing. I was like, I love my dad so much. And now he's home. And he's getting on my nerves already, so that's how you know he's okay. Joking, he's not getting on my nerves. There's literally nothing he could do to get on my nerves. Every time he asks for something, he'll be like, can I have a cup of tea? And I'm like, get up and do it yourself. Me and my brother said we were going to take him to the top of a hill on the wheelchair and push him down. That's not funny. It's not funny. But soon enough, he will be walking again like the hero he is. But I said to him, I was like, I don't really believe in God. Like, don't get me wrong. I believe in spirits. I believe in star signs. Like, oh my god, people that are like, star signs aren't real. And I'm like, you base everything off of a Bible. And, like, who actually wrote that? Like, that's fine. I'm not judging you for doing that. So don't judge me for, like liking to see my horoscope each day. God. CoStar is a very informative app. But I was like, this was a higher power's work to get you to slow down a bit. Like, you work so hard. You've been doing all of this for so many years. Like, he used to work 7 days a week. He would always, like, if someone called and needed their tank emptying, he was there. And it goes to show what a hard-working guy he was, because customers went into the hospital to see him. Customers have come to our house to come and visit him. And it's like, that is because my dad is literally the greatest man ever. Like, the only men I like are my brother's part-time, my dad all the time, Michael, depends how much he's talking. Joking! Michael all the time, and my dogs. Who else is a man? Oh, I love my friend James at work. Oh, and Alan. I love Alan. So, that's about it, really. But my dad is like he is like the OG. He's been a great guy since the day I was born. And I'm just so grateful for that. Like I said, not to get emotional, but my dad is literally awesome. He's awesome sauce. He is great. And he's not actually sauce because I didn't make him into sauce or soup. I kept saying it to him. I was like, do not let them make you into soup. And he was like, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know. I'm just trying to lighten the mood. I felt so bad seeing him in hospital. I was like, my Shayla. He just looked so cute. I was like, Dad. And then they'd wheel him away on his bed to, like, get his x-rays. And I was like, this doesn't feel real. This just feels so weird. And going into that hospital, that fuck-ass hospital, that was the hospital I was born in. And that was the hospital I ended up in every time I tried to take away my own bloody life. I bet they were thinking, oh, she's back again. Oh, but she's not taking too many pills this time. Good on her. Good on the little freak. Anyway, speaking of being a freak, I gotta go and annoy the people in Iceland now. Well, I'm not gonna do that, but I am gonna fill up that trolley. I swear to fuck. We haven't been to Iceland in weeks. I have been on a snack drought. I've been drinking Diet Coke instead of Dr. Pepper. It's been crazy times, girls. It's been absolutely bananas. It's been bananas, but you know what? It's never a boring day, I guess. Even if it does mean Dad breaking his bloody ankle, me beefing Keir Starmer on Instagram, and going loco. Anyway, also, this is like a quick little teaser, but I think one of the next episodes will be me talking about all the films that I've watched since my last episode. I watched Priscilla last night. Oh my shot, Elvis was gay. That is what I'm going to leave you on. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that Elvis was a gay man. And with that, I'll let you go. Thank you very much for... I'm going to let you go now. Thanks for watching or listening. It's been a bloody pleasure. I've really enjoyed my time being absolutely criminally insane, just laughing at my own jokes, which aren't even that funny. Well, some of them, hit or miss, but normally a hit. Anyway, love you very much, I suppose, and I will see you next time. Probably in about 4 months. Joking! The problem is because I vlog as well, vlogging and podcasting, I feel like between the two, I can't do both weekly, otherwise I will run out of things to say, which I know is actually possible, but we'll see. Every 2 weeks, I don't know. Well, there'll be a book club, so there will never be a shortage of me yapping. And that's on God. Anyway, love you!